Hey guys, welcome back. So in the last video we were talking about the importance of your health and I had placed 5 important principles for your well-being. I hope you have implemented them in your life and you have trying to see some changes. What did you say? You didn't implement it. Okay, so the reason being you're not interested or probably you just went off your mind. I would rather take the second one because first one is basically you're not focusing yourself on the better health. So that's what in medical term we call it as procrastination. And today we'll talk more about procrastination. So what exactly is procrastination and are we doing procrastination? Yes, we are. Procrastination is sometimes we call it as unnecessarily and voluntarily. We are trying to delay our actions. We are trying to delay our functioning despite knowing that it has and it can lead to negative consequences. So why do we procrastinate? Because of willpower. We can consider it as one of the important causing factor to procrastinate. But sometimes it's the motivation to do the work, sometimes it's low energy, and sometimes it's emotional irritability. So at the end, we have an idea of putting the blame across to the table, not pushing off with much more resilience. So this is the reason why we procrastinate. So is it procrastination closer to laziness? Definitely not, because procrastination is more of an active process where you voluntarily delay the process, whereas laziness is you're not aware of it, or probably you're not even willing to do it. When you're not willing to do it, then you don't think about the end game. Rather, you think about ignorance. So when you're procrastinating, you don't tend to like the thing which is probably you are not willing to do it. So that is the reason why you start procrastinating. So these unnecessary and these voluntary delaying is what we know as procrastination. Well, let me give some examples. You have an assignment coming up in the end of the month. Now we are in the end of the month and now you start thinking about it as if you have to finish it off to get good grades. You had an entire month and you use nothing. Similarly, you have to complete a book by end of the month and you have to give it back to your friends. Now you are searching for pages and trying to find time to push the deadline. And probably you will even lie to your friend telling that you have given that book to somebody else for the same reading purpose. So this happens very often. Sometimes we are preoccupied with our job, or sometimes we are preoccupied with the YouTube channels or YouTube videos which comes across the screen. So yeah, we just get glued to the process rather than focusing on what exactly is important. So how can we avoid it? Procrastination is a very common dilemma when it comes to achieving our targets or achieving our goals. So what exactly can be done for the same? So first and foremost is organize your things. Make sure that you delegate a certain amount of time to a certain amount of activity. So every activity you need to have a certain fixed time. When that happens, then you stop overutilizing the time frame. Similarly, you prioritize your things. So what comes first and what comes second is to be more important. So when you are prioritizing, always make sure that things which are irritated are taken up when you have good burst of energy. Let's assume you take a shower and you feel really vibrant. Take up that work which is you generally hate to do it. Let's say you want to read for your exams, but you're not finding good energy for that. So a shower gives you an energy boost, and then slowly as you finish off your shower, you come out of it, and then probably as soon as you feel that boost of energy, you pick up the book which is actually not helping you in achieving your target. So when you try to achieve your energy levels and complete your task, that will become more easier than managing your time. So don't worry about the time management, worry about your energy management. Then break it down. So basically, what happens is we focus on distant goals and we think that they are very important. So it's like assignments, yes, I have to do it by end of the month. But probably one page of an answer would be much sufficing my entire day. So just focus on minimalistic approach in achieving your targets. So the shorter the goals are, the better and the easier they will be setting up. This happens not just for your assignments, but also for reading book or even cooking sometimes. So just think about getting yourself acclimatized to the changes which is coming in. So instead of reading an entire chapter in your book, start reading 2 or 3 pages from that book. So 2-3 pages doesn't seem to be a big burden rather than completing the entire book. So when you do that, then you start putting yourself on deadlines. So let's say the assignment has to be given on 31st of this month. but you try to tell yourself that no, I have to complete it by 29th no matter what. So by repeatedly you have more buffer time, so anything goes wrong you can add up to it and you don't feel guilty at the end of the month. Similarly, when you achieve the target, reward yourself. What's stopping you from not taking a chocolate? What's stopping you from not taking a stroll across the road to make you feel better? But if you didn't able to achieve the target, punish yourself. Probably you have been watching too much of a YouTube videos across. So instead of watching what you were watching for 1 hour, reduce it to 15 minutes, reduce it to 45 minutes, and use those 15 minutes to build up on something else which you like. So always make sure that you are always looking at reward and punishment, and those punishments also helping you to gain confidence on your job. So this is how you can come out of procrastination, and this is not a habit. So don't make procrastination as a habit, because if it becomes a chronic, then it becomes very difficult to deal with it. So catch early, be more justifying for your job, and see you soon in the next video to think about what exactly we can motivate ourselves and how we can keep ourselves motivated for the work which we don't like or for the work which we like. So stay tuned for more such intriguing psychological and physiological videos. See you soon around. Take care and don't procrastinate.